She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Okay. Hi guys, what's up? This vlog is starting off a little different, I guess. I'm sitting down and talking to you guys. I feel like I don't normally do these with vlogs. Today, I'm actually going to Barnes & Noble for a massive book buying trip. I haven't gone on like a massive big book buying trip in a very long time, and I've also been really good at like reading the books that I have currently, and I've been saving up a good I don't know, $250 to go to Barnes & Noble and just go ham. I'm giving myself a limit of $250 because that is how much that I saved for this trip. I'm gonna buy as many books as I can today with that. I estimate that I'm only really gonna spend maybe 200 of it, maybe 180, but I did want to set aside like a good chunk of money to go to Barnes & Noble. Aiden's on his way to come get me, and then we're gonna drive all the way out to Barnes & Noble because there's really not one close to me, and then we're probably going to stop and get some dinner afterwards and then just come back here. Obviously, I'm gonna do a book haul at the very end of this video to show you guys everything that I got. Anyways, yeah, I thought I would just give you guys kind of an update on what's going on. I've been really addicted to watching the morbid true crime podcast. I'm currently listening to the Gary Michael Hilton episode, which is the National Parks serial killer, and it honestly scares me so much. I love hiking and I love camping, but listening to that makes me never want to go hiking or camping ever again. We made it to Barnes & Noble. It's behind us, like right there. And now we're gonna go in. First order of business, coffee, book shopping, food. He's indulging in my bad habits.
I really should.
Okay, how much do we think I'm gonna spend today?
I'm gonna say 500.
I can't do that.
Conservatively.
Conservatively. There's so many people. Why would you do that? There's so many people in Barnes & Noble today.
There are a lot.
And we found the Harry Potter section. Not gonna buy anything. We also found the Sarah J. Maas section. Right there. But there's a lot of people in here. We got our coffee. I got a big cart for all of our books. And I'm gonna head over to the fantasy section. Yeah, I got all the fantasy section, so. My section. This is what I do while I wait for him. And finally in the adult section. I pried him away.
I was thinking about
These are all my books. There's like 11 in here. All of them. I so far have 11 books. We're gonna shop for like another hour. I spoke to like 2 of the employees here, and they gave me some good book recommendations. Found the first book in the off-campus series that I just bought online. First book, I've never seen it in stores, ever. Because it's usually a book you buy online.
how naive I was. I'm running to where my hope is, where I know I'm free. Ooh, this world.
Got any more books? He's got 5 so far. I've got 11.
Really?
I think I might get this one. I saw it on the display and I wanted to get it.
Spoiler alert.
They both die at the end, babe.
No.
Got your bag. Got my bag of 12 books.
I'm getting food. Starving.
I just got back from Barnes & Noble. Aiden and I went to Barnes & Noble and we spent like a good 3.5–4 hours there. I spent a lot of time talking to 2 of the workers there, and they just kept giving me recommendation after recommendation. Went to Bravo for dinner. I got some spaghetti, but without further ado, let's get into today's book haul. I'm first gonna start off with the hardback books that I got because there's only like 4 of them. So the first hardback book that I got was the Midnight Library. I debated on getting this one for a while just because I didn't know if I'd like it or not, but it looked really, really good, and when I was reading the synopsis of what it was, It sounded really good, and it's a short book, so I feel like even if I don't like it, it won't be a huge waste of time. And then the next book that I got is Fable. I think this is a duology, I believe. They had the second book while I was there, but I wasn't sure if I'd like it, so I just got the first one. I'm actually really excited to read this because I haven't read like really any pirate kind of books before, so I'm excited to read this. I still have to read To Kill a Kingdom, which I'm pretty sure deals with like the sea and everything, so very excited to read this. It's also a short read, and I feel like I'll really like it, so got this one. And of course, I had to pick up the second book to the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. It's technically a trilogy, but the third book doesn't come out until September or October, I think. But the sequel just came out recently, back in like April, I think. And so I got my hands on it. You guys know that I loved The Good Girls Guide to Murder, the first one. I'm really excited to read the second one and like follow along with the story of what's happening next. Sadly, it was only in hardback. There was no paperback because my first book is paperback. I'm super excited to read this. This is like the first book I picked up and like put in the cart, so excited. All right, and then the fourth hardback book that I got was actually a recommendation from one of the girls that I met there who worked there, and it's called The Only Child. The girl who recommended it to me said if I like true crime, I'm really gonna like this, and it also just sounds like really up my alley and just sounds super interesting. Moving on to the paperback books that I got. The second book that one of the girls recommended to me is Asylum, which is kind of like a ghost scary kind of book-ish. There's like a whole series to it, and I just got the first one just to see if I like it, but I think I will like it just because I kind of want to get more into like scary kind of books, not even just like murder mystery true crime books, but also like just scary freaky books in general. So the next books that I got were by Victoria Schwab. As you guys know, I really love her work. I got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I read that one, and I really liked that. And then I also got The Near Witch by her. So I went and I grabbed Viscous and Vengeful, which is a duology. The only reason I got the duology and like didn't feel bad about doing it is because I really like Victoria Schwab's writing style, and just like her writing in general I think is really interesting. So got these, very excited to read them. I love how her books all have like a red and black theme to them. It's just very aesthetically pleasing on my shelf. So the next book that I got was again a recommendation from this girl, and she said that if you like Sarah J Maas, I think it's Moss, that you would like this book. And I think it was their Barnes & Noble book of the month back in February or March, and it's called The Bone Shard Daughter. And when she was describing this to me, it sounded so good. She said that she read the first chapter and was like, oh, I don't know if I'll like this, and then read the second chapter and then could not put the book down. And when someone tells me they couldn't put a book down, that's a little key for it's really freaking good. Essentially what this book is about is the Emperor's reign has lasted for decades, his mastery of bone shard magic powering the animal-like constructions that maintain law and order. But now his ruling is failing and revolution is sweeping across the Empire's many islands. When the Emperor refuses to recognize his daughter as heir to the throne, she vows to prove her worth by mastering the forbidden art of bone shard magic. Yet such magic carries such a deadly cost. And when she was explaining this to me, she was basically saying how the Emperor makes his daughter and this other guy go through like these trials to basically see which one can heir the throne next as an emperor. She said that everything that happened in this book was just so, she had to go back and reread the chapters because she was like, there's no way that just happened. So she was explaining this to me and I was like, man, bestie, I'm gonna need that book. So I got it. I'm really excited to read it. She said that the author is actually coming out with a sequel, but the sequel isn't coming out until 2022. Got the first one. I'm actually super excited to read this. It should keep me busy for a while, even though it's only like 300 pages, I think. The next book that I got and picked up was The Song of Achilles. I originally wasn't gonna get this today, or honestly at all, but when I was talking to the girl, she was like, The Song of Achilles made me cry so much. I really liked it. I think you should get it. So I got it. Pretty excited to read this. I think I've mentioned that I have the other book by Madeline Miller, the Circe one. And then the next book that I got is called One Last Stop. This is a newer book. I saw this on Perfect Paperbacks which is M's. I saw it on her Instagram at first, and I think she just finished this one. And it's an LGBT+Q book, I think. Okay, it's LGBT+. So if you're looking for an LGBT+ book recommendation, and you like the book Red, White, and Royal Blue, this is by the same author. And it's a romance book, but it's like, there's like a twist to it too. Like this girl, Jane, who is the other main character, which is she's basically stuck on this train and can't get off the train. All she remembers is her name, and she's from like the 19 somethings, I don't even know. Our main character, August, basically meets her one day on the train and soon figures out that she can't leave the train, but she falls in love with her and is like trying to help her like either leave the train or go back to the 1970s, and it just sounds so good. Moving on, the next book that I got is called They Both Die at the End. Sounds really good. It looks really good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I originally first saw Ava Jules read this back in like January, I think, or something, and she really liked it, and I'm willing to give it a try. So, and the last book that I bought was the first book in the Scythe trilogy. I'm very excited to read this. My friend Hannah has been raving about this book for months to me, and I finally picked it up, and I know I'm gonna like it because she described it as like a dystopian kind of novel, and I'm very into dystopian novels, so I don't think I'm gonna be disappointed with this at all. I'm actually really excited to read it. Anyways, that is all the 12 books that I got today. I didn't go super into depth about what each of them is about, because obviously when I do like my what I'm reading this month, or you know, 24-hour readathons, I feel like I'll go more into depth of what these books are about when I obviously get to them. Those are all the 12 books that I got today. Aiden got 5 of them, but he's not here today to share his books, unfortunately. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the vlog portion of this video is probably really short. There were a lot of people in Barnes & Noble today, and I did not feel comfortable whipping out my camera as much, and I also just kind of wanted to like focus on the books that I was getting today, so I hope this video was interesting, at least a little bit. Anyways, I am gonna go put these books on my shelves, find a place on my shelves actually to put them on, and go to bed. So, I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.
I used to take myself out on dates, open my own damn doors, pay for everything on my plate. Sometimes I'd even get the steak, cause I got it like that. Always had my own bag, never needed no man to rely on. Got 2 good shoulders to cry on.